Khalil. This ain't no fake news, ain't no clowning around. It's the real with Khalil, yeah, the truth is in the sound. The mission, dropping knowledge with no fiction. If you got a minute, sit down and have a listen. From the field to the screens, yeah, we keeping it raw. Real talk, real lessons, addressing every flaw. Life hits hard, and it causes real pain. But out of the struggle, there always comes real change. We dig deep, pulling stories from the core. Vulnerability, truth, transparency, and so much more. So tune in close, let the wisdom expand. It's not only a podcast, it's a helping hand. It's the real with Khalil.
My God, bro. Welcome to the pod, man. Welcome to the crib. Making me look like a damn midget. Making me look small again, bro.
Come on, little man. Let's do this, yo.
I'm not having no more 6'5s on the podcast,
you got high
bro.
bar stools, so it's straight. Yo.
No more 6'5s on the show, yo. No more 6'5s. All right, here we go. Welcome to The Real with Khalil, your podcast for real talk, real lessons with real people for real change. On The Real, we keep it real. We dig deep, pulling stories from the core, vulnerability, truth, transparency, and so much more. Today, I get to welcome my guy. Oh, before we get started, I want to say this. So we just hit 500 subscribers today.
Let's go.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man.
I was amped to see a little notification pop up this morning.
Yeah.
It was like 500 subscribers. And to me, it's such a big deal. I just want to say thanks to everyone who's been tuning in. Marcus asked me when he came, he said, what was the motivation behind doing the podcast? And I said, because I feel like so many of the podcasts and so much of the world is very divisive. It's like man ain't nothing and women ain't nothing. And, you got left and right, you got Democrats and Republicans, you got black and white. It's like, okay, great. We know the differences, right? Those are obvious from day one what our differences are, but our similarities are something that's big. So that was the reason behind the podcast. I also am in a state of reinvention myself. And so I want to talk to people who have had to reinvent themselves several times over, of a cross section of humanity, of people who've had to change, and all of us had to reinvent at some point in time. But I just want to say again, thanks so much for liking, subscribing, and commenting. The goal is 1,000 subscribers, and it'd be a big deal. It definitely helps the channel. So I just want to say thanks so much before we get started. So today I get to welcome my guy. I've known him now. I want to say, I know where we met. I know where we met. Do you know what year that was though, bro?
I feel like 09.
09.
Somewhere around there.
Man,
but
09.
It had to have been before that, actually.
Nah, it had to be before that because I still had my house. And I hadn't sold my house yet.
So it was before that.
It might be 07, man, I would think. Because I sold my house in 08. That house that you would pick me up at.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe 07, bro. Maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's when I just got back to Old Town. Yeah, so around there.
Yeah, okay. So it's 2007.
Damn,
let's say somewhere in that range. What does that put us at? Like, what? How many years? I'm not great at math. 18 years? 18 years? Yeah, it's a blessing, man. I call you a friend, bro. Yeah, for all this time. We've gone through a lot of things together.
It's dope.
And one of the people I know I could call in the middle of the night if I needed to. You know what I'm saying? To really help me out. So it means a lot, man, to have you on the podcast. We want to talk about how we met, bro. We might as well talk about it, bro.
Yeah, that's live. But before we even do that, man, I just want to acknowledge you for always being willing to pioneer and just take a huge leap of faith on yourself.
I appreciate that,
so
man.
It's dope to see what you're building.
Yeah.
The 500 is only the first stepping stone
I appreciate
of many
that.
more.
I appreciate that, bro.
Success.
My God, bro. Thank you, man.
You keep doing it.
Thank you, bro.
I see you.
Thank you. So we met, let's say 2007. So if it was 18 years ago, man.
That's crazy.
So it was a bar in Scottsdale. It's a bar in Scottsdale called Local Patron. Scottsdale, Arizona. It was Sunday Fun Day. And I'm there enjoying my Sunday Fun Day as I always was. Enjoying my Sunday Fun Day. And I'm having fun. I'm kind of oblivious, really, what's going on. I mean,
clearly, yo.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. Like,
Loco was his.
Yeah, it was a good.
Loco, he owned Loco.
It was a good time. So then, you tell your rendition of the story.
So my first Sunday Fun Day, me and because Darcy were like, yo, there's this spot that everyone keeps talking about during the day that be cracking. So it's Local Patron, right? Because we were used to being out at night, and this was our first time like stepping out during the day. So we walk into Loco and it's not busy at all. And I see this dude reaching over the bar, mixing his own drinks. live, yo, like, yo, hey, wait, don't mess with my, like, as if it was his personal stereo.
Kind of was. Kind of was my own personal stereo. It was a jukebox,
Yo,
bro.
facts,
And I was in there like,
yeah.
yo, don't change that song. Don't change that song.
Yo, had the juke, like, had his own playlist, it seemed like,
True
on
story.
the jukebox.
It's a true story.
Anyway, mixing drinks. This man turns around. Me and Darcy are standing in the doorway.
He's
of
6'5", by the way.
Yeah.
I'm 6'3", so I'm like, who are these?
This
tall
man turns around, like, what's up? I looked at Darcy. I was like, yo, who is this big mo? I'm like, what's up? He said, yo,
you was like testing him. I was like testing to see if he was going like back down. And he was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "What's up, man?
Yo.
Let's have a good time."
yo.
Yeah.
He was like, tap Darcy on the back. Yo, what you drinking? What you?
Yeah.
Say was like, yo, we up.
Yeah. And we've been friends since then, which is
from that
crazy.
moment.
Wait, the Dougie came on.
The Dougie came on.
The Dougie came on, and we was in that.
Yeah.
We was that thing. We was from that point on, bro. Goosebumps, man. We was locked in, yo. Locked in. We've been doing a lot of things together. But this is my guy. Welcome to the podcast, The Real Khalil. Marcus A. James, welcome to the podcast, baby. Welcome to the podcast. To hometown, Miami, Florida.
Yeah, bro.
What's Mr. 305? That's it?
Yo.
That's 305, right?
It, yo.
That's
Trick Daddy, yo. That's what we ran with.
Okay.
Yo.
I like that. That.
Grew up on Uncle Luke.
Uncle Luke, man.
Grew into Trick Daddy.
Yeah, that was a run. That was an era, man.
Yes.
That Miami era was Trina was part of that era too.
Yep.
That was an era, bro. That was a run.
Slip
that was
and
a
Slide
run.
Records. All
man,
that.
Slip and Slide Records.
Yo.
Man, I forgot about that.
You know what's crazy though? Like even growing up in Miami, like so every time I met like family from the East Coast, because mom's from New York, so we'd go up there, family would be talking about lyricists and rappers and this, that, and the other. I was like, I don't want to hear no lyrics, yo. Give me a beat, yo. Like
that's what you want. That's what you want to
yo all day.
That's what you want to hear.
Scar. Like I don't even know what y'all saying.
We like what is that? That's what I was thinking. Like what is that?
That's what we said.
It was a party though.
I didn't even know what Scar was.
Yeah,
I screamed from the top of my lungs.
I'll play it today, bro.
Yo,
that thing still goes hard, bro. So, yeah, man. Miami. Shout out to Miami. I definitely remember going to South Beach for spring break. Bro.
Yes,
probably one of the best. Hands down, one of the best.
And then when we went to the Bahamas.
Yeah, the Bahamas. Yeah, man. I forgot. Bro, that was like a throwback, man.
It's crazy.
Going to Wet Willie's.
Yeah.
Wet Willie's, bro, was, man, that's, bro. Anyway, so yeah. Personal achievements. Marcus, a millionaire team member in Herbalife Nutrition. Yeah. And healthy active lifestyle coach. Yeah. It's pretty obvious. Co-owner of 2 fitness studios. Congratulations. And then 10 years in corporate leadership. What is that? What is 10 years in corporate leadership? What is that?
So once I realized that corporate America was essentially a game, it was like, listen, once I recognized everyone was on the same playing field, if I could do a little bit better than you, I could get promoted into leadership. Right. So once I got into management and leadership, I also went into HR. Like I was in areas that my resume necessarily didn't qualify me for. Got it. But when I realized the game was people, I was like, oh, I can talk to you like I would talk to a normal, and they're like, oh, well, I can teach you what you need to know, bro. Right? So
all
that's
the game
what
is people.
Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's real. So that's real. I like that, bro. And then you said some of your background information. You got a bachelor's degree in psychology, a minor in sociology, anthropology, and criminal justice. That's a lot of things. Yeah. And then some of your personal hobbies are basketball, golf. I know you play basketball, golf, freestyle drawing. The boy can draw. Any sport except soccer or hockey. Yeah. And then board games and movies. Yeah. And then a memorable quote or saying: "It's negative is natural and positive is on purpose." I love that, man. Those are dope. Yeah. Is that a saying that was by someone, or is it just something that you heard along the way?
It was at one of the events that we attended together. The guest speaker used it at the event. So I'm not sure where he picked it up from. But it literally, I was so new to the world of networking and network marketing specifically. Yeah. When he said that, it hit my soul. And I was like, damn, that's real. And so it's just stuck with me ever since. It's real, man. You said it so often around me that I would say it as well. Yeah. But I didn't know where it came from. To me, you made it up. Oh, because I'd heard it, but never heard someone, someone owned something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, this is theirs. Yep. Even though someone else may have had it, it was like they were renting it from you. So every time I think negative is natural,
and positives on purpose. I always think of you. Always think
Our
of you.
boy
So,
David Hayes said that.
man, David Hayes. Shout out to David Hayes, man.
Oh my God.
Wishing him the best of recoveries and health and all that, man. Shout out to that guy,
Absolutely.
man. Great human.
Oh, you mean like kind of like burn the boat and
Yes.
mini hands make for like lifting?
Bro, yeah. The ones I borrowed
all the time. That I
bro.
was like, oh yeah, that's KP.
That's Khalil's. Like, nah,
Yeah,
it ain't, but I done borrowed that thing so much, it's mine now. That's how I did. That's what I did with my cousins. My cousin had an SWV tape, bro. I borrowed that thing for so damn
much,
long.
they just thought it was yours.
That shit was mine, bro. That shit was mine. Shout out to Keisha. I stole that damn thing. So we always start with a quick six. Marcus, kind of have the audience kind of get to know you. What's your favorite music genre?
Ooh. R&B, hands
R&B.
down.
Okay,
Yeah.
R&B.
Yeah,
R&B. I like that. Okay,
yeah.
A little sweet. A little sweet thing.
Listen, I love it, I love it.
So R&B, I like that, man. I'm a big R&B fan. And so I'm gonna ask you who your Mount Rushmore of R&B artists are. This is the first time we had an R&B, so we got an R&B Mount Rushmore right now.
Yeah, okay. I like that. That's
By the way,
different.
while he's thinking about that, in the comments, put if you are R&B fan, what's your R&B? That's a good one. What's your R&B Mount Rushmore? What are your top 4?
Ooh, that's really clean. I'm gonna say at 4 though, because
Okay.
I'm gonna put it.
Okay,
in.
I like that.
Tier it.
Yep.
Anthony Hamilton.
Okay, Anthony Hamilton.
Anthony Hamilton is definitely. Then I'm gonna go Usher.
Okay.
Just
Go
pure
Usher?
yeah.
Yeah.
USHER.
Yeah.
Um,
Usher has a run, bro.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, our homeboy Antonio was just asking me like between Usher and Chris Brown, who you think would win, and I'm like, catalog. Like I gotta give it to Usher, but if I were to encapsulate everything. Breezy gives him a run, right? Like,
Man, that's
tough.
a tough one,
That's
man.
tough.
I'm more of a fan of Usher, but
Absolutely.
yeah.
But then I got to go group though,
Okay.
because then I go Boys to Men.
Boyz II
at
Men.
number 2.
Shout out to Philly.
And then New Edition.
New Edition, man. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you kind of made a good Mount Rushmore in a sense, but I get what the Mount Rushmore is. It's like groups, a couple groups, and then 2 people.
Yeah.
A New Edition. I just saw a thing with Jermaine Dupri talking about who was the best group ever, and he said every artist from New Edition went platinum.
Yeah.
I never knew that, bro.
That was crazy.
I mean, I was a huge fan of like Belle Biv DeVoe, obviously New Edition, but then Ralph Tresvant was like my guy.
Yeah.
But I didn't know all of them. Yeah. Sensitivity. Yeah. That's my track, bro. Yeah. But I didn't know all of them went platinum, bro. Like,
Wild,
for them
right?
to all go platinum, MJ is wild.
Crazy, right?
Wow.
And when he said that, because I saw that same clip, and he talked about Belle Biv DeVoe, because I thought he was going to go individually, and I was like, dang, they didn't go, but as a group, they did. They were killing.
That was dope. Oh, that's dope. I know that you're a foodie, bro. Marcus is a fat ass. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
If it wasn't for him, yo, I'd probably be 300 pounds.
At least 300 pounds.
Because he was 300.
No, I wasn't 300. I was 290.
9.98889, yo.
There's a big difference between
when he reached across that bar, yo.
See,
the heavyweights.
That's why you gotta watch who you bring on.
Yo, the heavyweights.
That's why you gotta watch who you bring on. I know he's a foodie, right? So you get. This is your favorite food, or realistically, what's your death row meal? If you had to craft your death row meal, what would it be?
Ooh, my death row meal would have been.
You already know it. See,
yeah.
Fat.
It would, but so it would definitely would have been mom's macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
Ribs.
Okay.
Collard greens.
Okay.
And your cornbread.
Oh, my cornbread. People don't know, bro.
Yo.
But people don't know.
Fire.
People don't know.
Fire.
I tell people all the time my cornbread is tops, and they like.
I encourage
really?
you to never try it.
No.
It'll ruin cornbread for the rest of your life.
Really, I promise you, it's such a good cornbread,
it's
bro.
Stupid.
I will say this.
This is how you know he was 300.
I was $2.99. So I'm gonna say this to you. That first of all, it's the blackest meal I've ever heard on the podcast. that's the blackest meal I've ever heard. It was to you. You must have some neck bones in there. It was you had mac and cheese, collard greens, ribs, and cornbread.
Absolutely.
What you drinking, bro? What you drink? What are you washing that down with?
Oh, orange Fanta.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have went strawberry Fanta though, but orange Fanta, no ice. Yo.
Exactly. Now the meal sounds good. I don't eat pork, but but the meal sounds good. I trade out for some beef ribs.
You ever had beef ribs? Yo,
bro, fire. I love bef ribs, bro.
They big as hell.
Yo, they're
gigantic.
Gigantic.
Yes.
Usually we ask what someone's favorite sport is, but I know what your favorite sport is. Yeah. I'll ask just for them.
Basketball.
What's your favorite sport? Okay, NBA. Right. Yeah. So I know you're a big basketball fan or NBA fan. So I'm gonna ask you this. I usually ask people what their Mount Rushmore is, Marcus.
Okay.
I ask everyone their Mount Rushmore. I'm gonna ask you a different question this time.
I bet.
I'm asking you today, what's your starting 5 all time?
Ooh,
what's your starting 5 all time? Now this could cause debates. let's put it in the chat. Listen, if you're an NBA fan, I want to know your starting five. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, all time. What's your starting five?
Easy.
Okay, easy?
Easy.
Oh, okay, you giving it some thought.
Steph, MJ, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Shaq. Smooth.
Say it again. What was it again?
Steph
at the point.
Yep. MJ at the shooting
Shooting
guard.
guard.
LeBron small forward.
Okay.
Tim Duncan at power forward.
Yep.
Shaq at the
Yeah,
center.
man. Yeah, that's a damn good lineup,
Yo.
bro. That's a damn good lineup. No Kobe, huh?
Well, I mean, why would I take the bootleg when I got MJ? I mean, I get it, but I'm not gonna take the bootleg when I got the original. It's not. It doesn't even make sense to me. Doesn't make
Makes sense, man. I like your starting five.
Yeah.
I like your starting five. I know you into comedy too, man. So I'm gonna ask you Mount Rushmore about your top comedians. What's your top 4 comedians?
Oh, top 4. I mean, I gotta go with Eddie Murphy.
Uh-huh.
Eddie Murphy stand up is ridiculous. Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
My Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's he's in that third spot.
Okay.
And then Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Went with a legend.
Yeah.
Went with a legend.
Yeah. He had to slide in.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, so as we want to finish up the top 6 or the quick 6, what's something that you want people to know about you that they normally wouldn't?
That realizing that a lot of my life was built on fear-based presentation, right? Like I learned how to adapt to environments out of self-preservation, like trying to protect myself. And one of the dopest things that has happened for me in this transition over the last few years is that I have nothing to be afraid of. Like nothing. There's nothing to lose. Nothing.
Right.
Nobody can hurt me in a way that would ever take anything else from me. And then obviously last year was the groundbreaking experience of that. But the masks that I learned to move through life on weren't ever necessary.
Got it, man. That's big, bro.
Yeah.
You said you realized that you were adapting to environments essentially.
Yeah.
To what? Almost not be seen, or to be good, or to
Being
be
seen,
worthy.
but as
What is
if I was a part of the environment as opposed to being in a position to shift the environment.
Okay.
Because when you're in your truth, you don't vibe with everything, but sometimes you're not supposed to.
True.
Right.
Very true.
And,
Very true.
Being a chameleon didn't serve me. I felt like anything I applied myself to, I never brought my full self to, so I could never get the full fruits of my labor. Because how can you receive a blessing when you're not in position?
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it has me like really reevaluating life as a whole. So now when I hear people reference things like, oh, we're living in a matrix,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I was just an avatar. Like I was just a character.
You were living that.
Yeah. Like every day. In every environment. And even when I saw glimpses, so like there's times where like I would connect with people like you where I could just be me.
be
Like,
yourself.
and we've had some really like I've shared things with you
Yeah.
that people who have known me since I was born will never know.
Man, I appreciate that, bro.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
We done cried together a few times.
Yeah.
On some real shit. We done bro,
So,
look.
Absolutely.
We done
My
cried.
God,
Yeah,
crazy.
bro. I done cried many times with this man, which is
And so
wild, bro. Being a chameleon, man, it didn't serve you.
not at all.
Do you think it served you to some, like, I know a lot of people are, right? A lot of people, Marcus, are chameleons. And I think a lot of us learn to adapt. You know, one is like not peek your head up too much because, you know, like standing out sometimes to get your ass cut down.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think we're all guilty of it. I don't think there's a person walking on the planet that didn't harmonize or curtail or sculpt themselves to their environment. Right? So it's one of the highest forms of intelligence is actually adaptation.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's a point where you're like, well, I adapted too much. Like, where do you think there's like a, like, you know, one of the next question is, how old are you?
Yeah. 42.
Right. So you're 42. So in the 42 years of life, right? And you said in the last few years.
Yeah.
So would you say 39, maybe?
Yeah. Around there.
Okay. So 39, where do you think that is? Like, there's so many people, and I know it to be true for myself. Like, there's times when I've like kind of ducked, and I know you know me more well than most people do. So, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And it's not, but it seems boisterous, but the voice has been there for, to me, a long time.
Absolutely.
What do you think it took for you at 39, let's say approximately, to go, all right, I'm done adapting and playing the game by everyone else's rule. I'm gonna stand in my truth. Like, what do you think took place?
There was a couple of experiences, and I can't pinpoint which one the revelation came, but it was like, have you giving yourself completely to anything.
Yo.
And I was
damn,
like,
bro.
I couldn't say yes
Damn,
to anything.
damn.
Like I looked at school, I looked at basketball, I looked at relationships, I looked at friendships, I looked at family, and I was like, I was like, I was too afraid to just be fully me in anything that I did.
Why do you think so?
I can't. So I refuse to blame my childhood and my father's experiences because I realize now I needed that to know what I didn't want to be, and then have to like grow into a man that I truly feel like I was created to be. But it also, because that early child development kind of conditions you to understand the world. And I was like, yo, there's only so many limits you can push, when in all actuality, we're supposed to push the limits.
Right.
How do we end up on the reel with Khalil if you don't push the limit? Because I mean, you got to think, like, people who know you, even though like I know you to be a dynamic speaker.
I appreciate that, bro.
I've seen you shift rooms of thousands.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
But then to go, now I'm going to bring it back to something more intimate like this and start, you know, at 500 when I'm like, bro, I've seen you move rooms of 3,000.
Yeah, bro. Biggest crowd, you know 35,000 in Detroit, bro.
Crazy, right?
It's crazy, right?
You know what I'm saying?
And I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the perspective. But when you say that, bro, I mean, Marcus is such a bar, bro. I've never given my fully of myself to anything I've ever done.
Nothing. And now I'm in a position. So I mean, obviously, I know we'll get into it later. But with mom's passing, I was like, bro, I don't have time to not.
Damn, bro.
Like I'm not blessed, because again, on the side of starting a family, having a relationship, building financial freedom and wealth and all these. Like I've been operating as if, I got time.
Aren't we all? Do you think a lot of us are though? Like, I mean, I think that
I believe we do.
I think we all do, man.
Yeah.
I think even with me, I feel like at times being an outlier in many ways. Yeah. I still know that I could even been better. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just don't know where that, I don't know if there's anything really happy medium or balance. I don't know if that thing exists.
Yeah,
I don't know if it exists.
I would agree with that.
I think we all talk about it, and I like to have a weekend. Like I like to have let my hair down. You know what I'm saying? let this shit down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm waiting for you to get the wave back, yo.
But I don't know where that comes from, Marcus. Like that right there is such a deep conversation. That's such a poignant question, and it's very insightful. Like you have to do some real inventory on your own self with your own shit to go, I've never given all of me to anything.
Nothing. And so now, instead of being like, I'm going to give myself to everything, which, like you said, it's always progression. Now I'm just putting forth as much effort as I can conceptually understand, and then go, can I do it better? Can I be better? Can I give it more?
Yeah.
And if so, yes.
Right.
I forget whose podcast I was watching, and it was a gentleman. He was speaking in this room, and he was like, everybody in here who recognizes the time that they put in, like, raise your hand. And people raise their hand.
Right.
He's like, all right, raise your hand a little higher.
Right.
He goes, why the hell didn't you raise your hand high enough the first time? And I ended it right there. And I was like, bro, that
got my lesson.
That's been my life.
Why do you think it is though? I mean, I think all of us operate. Yeah. I think all of us operate that way. And I don't know. I couldn't tell you why I duck at times or make myself small. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm gonna say, like, I think I probably don't do it as much as other people, but even with me not doing as much as other people, I know that I'm still not maxing out.
You can now feel where you've done it.
Yeah, it's like you're taller than most people. It doesn't mean you're the tallest, right? It's like you ever just I don't know, I remember I used to play video games as a kid, right? And I would like play video games, and I remember like not beating people to a pulp in video games, right? I'd be like, I won. No big deal. Versus like, I'm just gonna go max out. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a comparison, but
no, it's real, because I got friends that, especially from college, like, you remember Fight Night?
Yeah.
Yo, I got homeboys to this day because I seen an ad that they were bringing Fight Night back.
What was it? So on PlayStation, right? Yeah. Was it
PlayStation,
Xbox?
It was on Xbox and PlayStation.
Okay, got it.
I thought it was on Dreamcast, but it wasn't that far back.
That
was Royal Rumble.
Man.
Crazy, right?
Bro, you set such a bar though, Marcus, bro, like, of not giving your all. First of all, you started off crazy. That was a quick 6 question, bro. I said, what's something people wouldn't know about you? Like, I haven't given all of myself to some. That is the beginning of a great conversation, man.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the transparency on that. We could go on that one all day, bro.
Yo, it's literally like now I'm living my life and I wake up in the morning and I'm like, all right, just give everything you have to today because
Okay.
I may not see tomorrow.
And what does that look like? Like giving yourself, like
So
giving all yourself
whenever-
to something today.
Whatever I'm going to like, and again, something that, you know, we've talked about a long time, like writing down goals, like getting clear, like what's my intention for the day? I had to simple it down to my MV3.
Okay, what is that?
So my most valuable 3 things
Okay.
instead of like MVP, MV3.
MV3. MV3. So that's your most valuable, what?
Three
Three
things, like goals for the day.
Oh, goals for the day. Okay,
Yeah.
got
And
it.
so-
That's awesome, man. MV3.
And I had to bring it down to
MV3.
3 simple things. And remember how you'd be like, yo, wake up, make your bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I had to put making my bed as number 1 just again so it became a part of the routine.
Right.
And it was like, all right, then what are the other things that I'm going to feel like I accomplished something
Right,
today?
right,
Like, what's going to make me feel like I accomplished something? And then I can reevaluate at the end of the day.
right. MV3.
Did I do what I said I would?
I like that, man. I
Yeah.
like that a lot, bro.
In your refrigerator, like, I was like,
Yeah.
dude, this man is relentless.
Bro.
I love it.
It's a bunch of quotes. On my refrigerators is it's just quotes galore. And a lot of those markers are my own, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of those other quotes on there are my own quotes, man. I may have on that whole list maybe 5 that are borrowed.
Yeah.
But the rest of them came through, you know how like I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, I woke up at 3 a.m. and here's
Yep.
the thing. It's the true story. So I love that, Marcus. Thank you for being transparent, bro, from the rip. I haven't given myself I haven't given all myself to anything. MV3, and now you see like, okay, now I'm gonna live my life to the fullest. I'm gonna hit it as hard as I can every day.
And I've been attracting, dog, the things that are coming into my life now. Also, the things and the people that are leaving my life. And I don't have any resentment, no love lost. It's like, I can still love you, but from a distance.
Yeah, for sure.
But I
man.
gotta go do me.
You gotta
I have
go do
to.
you. You gotta go do you, man. I think it's a wonderful, bro. You know, as someone I love, man. Like I like seeing people win. You know, we had a full conversation that's off camera that I'm just proud of. I'm happy for him. You know, I'm overjoyed. You know what I'm saying to you. And we were remarking back and forth, like, you know, I don't think everyone feels that way about other people. Like, I'm so happy that you're.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how I wouldn't be happy that
Just
you're
to clap for
happy.
people.
Yeah,
dog.
bro. I
Like,
don't understand. I posted the other day. I said there's people that are strangers that are subscribing and watching, and there's people that I've known, Marcus, no bullshit, for 30 years that were teammates as well. Some of them are teammates.
Yeah.
Some of them are close friends. Some of them and won't just. Hey, bro, just subscribe to the I appreciate if you just click on it and just subscribe. You're like, I gotta ask you 3 or 4 times. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, word, boy, my God. What did I miss? You know what I'm saying? Drake type. You know what I'm saying? What did I miss? I done looked out for y'all. Anyway.
But but that's so valuable.
Yeah.
And even on our run and we were growing and things like that, I realized that sometimes the people who've known you the longest won't see who you've become though until they see
that's
strangers
That's real.
celebrating you.
Man, that's real,
Like
bro.
they got to see people be like, yo, Khalil came and changed my life,
Yeah.
yo. And they're like, Khalil, like
Yeah.
they still see you as 17-year-old
Bro.
Khalil, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
that's so-
family and friends still see you. And yo, I had a cousin that I was really close to, Doug.
Oh man.
And he was referencing things in my life from when I was 9. Like
Yeah.
when he took me to the basketball courts in New York, and he was like, "Don't worry, cause like you just hoop,
Yeah.
I'm gonna protect you." And he's still talking to me like I'm still 9 years old. I was like, "Nigga, I done hooped around the world."
Yeah, that's
like, what
ridiculous, bro. People will lock you in. I was working out, and I shout out Marcus Morgan, my boy. You know Marcus.
Yeah.
And I was doing leg press. This is on Tuesday. This is on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So leg press. I'm doing leg press, and it whispered to me. It said, "Some people are still carrying you around as the person you were, and that person doesn't even exist anymore."
Mm-hmm.
It's wild to think that you've evolved, right?
Yeah.
You've evolved 20 years of your life, and someone goes, "Marcus?
Yep.
No, not you." Like, yeah, that was 20 years. He was 20 years old when you met him. And you haven't seen him maybe for 15 years.
Yep.
And you think he's the same person. Like we get stuck sometimes in casting people as who they were unless you are actively growing.
Absolutely.
And then you can recognize someone else's growth.
Right.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
I love that. I'll say this too. I sent my very, very first podcast to a longtime friend. And I asked her to just watch it. You know, just, hey, did you watch it? You know, would you watch it and subscribe and comment on it? Like, you know, I'm trying to. And her response was, "I know you both, and I know that's not true. It seems fake and not real." And I was like, my response, you know, everyone has two people.
Yeah. I already felt that.
Everyone's got two people in them. And
I'm proud of you.
And yeah, the dark side was like, yo, rip her up. Like rip. And it was like, and I responded like, yo, thanks so much. How you been? Thanks for the feedback. How you been?
Yo. Growth.
Growth.
That's so dope.
Growth, man. Growth. Okay, I got to ask this question, and it's something I want to ask also the chat to do in the comment section. This is a question that we always ask. Great day. What are you grateful for?
Honestly, life. But then good friendships, and obviously, like I still get a chance to get on the phone with my grandma.
Yeah.
I just talked to her yesterday, and yeah, absolutely grateful.
I love Marcus's grandma.
Yeah, she love you too.
Yeah, like
So,
when I say like I love Marcus's grandma, my grandma passed away in 2017, and I've always had an affinity for like, you know, I think small people or
absolutely.
you know, like I love
everybody's small to you.
not everyone's small.
Not everybody.
Yeah. I have an affinity, but Marcus's grandma is just one of those people that I gravitate towards, man, instantly, you know, and I feel the feeling's mutual, you know.
Very much so.
How old is grandma?
96.
96, man.
It's such a blessing.
Yeah.
Still fully coherent.
Yeah.
Like little things are settling in, but just I watch her in awe.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
yeah,
you've
man.
almost done a century.
Yeah, almost a century, bro. She's such a wonderful woman. Shout out to Turkey.
Yeah,
shout out to Turkey.
That's my heart.
Make sure you give her a hug and a kiss next time you see her, man.
I definitely will.
But yeah, bro. I love that, man. I have such an affinity for her. It's wild. Do you have a gratitude practice?
My prayer and meditation every morning.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that the first thing you do in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you? Did you?
I lost it for a while.
I was about to ask, bro. I'm about to ask because I know like we all get into this. Like, I just found myself this morning, bro. I picked up my phone first, and I was irritable as hell.
Yeah.
As soon as I picked it up, and I was like, why did I pick this even up?
Yeah.
What did you notice that? Like, well, one, what is your discipline to not pick up your phone first? Because I feel like that's like probably most of us.
Yeah.
And then how long is your gratitude and prayer? Is there a set time?
No set time.
Okay.
And I had to move my phone away from my bed.
Yeah. That probably will help me a lot.
Yeah. And even like my nightstand used to be right next to my bed, and I just had to put it outside of arm's reach.
Got it.
So
that's a long ass arm.
Yeah.
That's a long ass arm. That shit is in the hallway.
Go gadget,
that shit is in the hallway.
Yeah, and I just had to put it just outside of my reach. So now when I wake up, I just open my eyes and I lay a piece, and I'm like, God, you opened my eyes today.
Yeah, bro.
Like that right there, like literally changes everything. But to your point, I realize I'm less irritable to the day.
Yeah.
I respond so much slower to people because I'm not triggered because I didn't dive into the world's influence right away.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how much information and things we're inundated with.
Bro, I found myself this morning. I know I work out Monday through Thursday, right? So I'm like, oh, I know I don't have to work out today. So I'm like, oh, I have to work out today. So I'm off practice.
Yeah.
Right. Like, when I don't do one thing, the rest of the things don't happen.
Oh, that domino effect.
Oh, domino effect for sure. If I'm not working out that day, I'm probably not gonna do my gratitude journal. I'm probably not gonna read one page of the book. I'm probably not gonna like all the things, right? And I woke up and just looked at my phone, like just mindlessly, like, and it's like, bro, you messed up, bro. You set yourself back. All good. Reset. Here we go. New day.
That's power right there.
Yeah.
To even be able to reset, because most people are like, I messed up. Keep the snowball rolling. When in all actuality, you could just reset.
Just reset. All right, we got to start. New day. Here we go.
And even if you don't reset that day, the next day you'll be like, I'm gonna do my best to not make that same mistake.
For sure, man. I agree. So
I just got tired.
Don't
of
groundhog day your whole life.
To hear that from you.
Yeah, bro. I was irritable.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to get out of this. Like I know you're gonna come into the podcast. I can't be in this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In this irritable space. Like that's my own deal. So I know you mentioned you are how old?
42.
42. And how's it feel to be 42?
Dog, no. I could have never imagined 40s felt like this.
What does it feel like?
Like, I don't feel any different than I did in my late 20s.
Yeah?
Like, it's crazy.
That's
because
beautiful.
When we were in middle school and high school, and I remember seeing, but again, my reference was obviously like my family, but then also like the Carl's Winslows on Family Matters and the Uncle Phil's and all. Like, they always looked older to me. And I was like, y'all like look 70.
Yeah, they look
and they was 35.
But you think that and shout out to everybody, all race, color, creed, sex, sexual preference, body types, all that. We talking because we talking. Do you think that you mentioned Carl Winslow from Family Matters, and then you mentioned Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince, right? Yeah. Weight, right?
Oh yeah,
You think weight ages people
absolutely
crazy? Like, yeah.
But I still think, what was my mom's show? Was it Cheers?
Cheers, okay?
Cheers?
Yeah, cheers.
And Tony or Ted Dan, I don't know, whatever the main guy's name was, who was a little leaner than the rest.
Yeah.
But he still looks so much older than me. And I was just looking at that chapter and I was like, I thought 40 was decrepit.
Yeah, man, I would agree. I thought it was super old.
Yo.
Over the top.
Yeah.
Like, you're not about to be doing too much longer.
And now, even when I meet cats, like, I'll still go hoop at the gym. They be like, yo, fam, how old are you?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, 42. They're like, what?
Yeah. I mean, you definitely don't look 42,
what?
bro.
Yeah. And
you definitely don't look 42.
Grateful,
you got a full head of hair.
Grateful.
You're in shape, bro. You look good. I'm dead serious, bro.
Yeah.
I'm hating hard. You know what I'm saying to you? In a good way, but yeah, you don't look 42. You know what I'm saying too? So 42 for you feels good.
It's a blessing.
I'm gonna say it was something that's big too, and I think it's helped you a lot as far as Marcus doesn't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Marcus doesn't drink alcohol.
Never tasted
So
it.
when I met him that first day and I was trying to give him a drink, he was like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, he must be on his way to be drunk. Like, why would he not take this free beverage I'm trying to offer him? And then I found out he doesn't drink. I'm gonna ask you that because I think that's probably a big thing. Actually, the numbers are the younger generation doesn't drink as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going down crazy. Why don't you drink and why haven't you never drank? Or have you never ever had it?
I've never tasted alcohol.
So why haven't you had alcohol?
So it originally started with, like, my pops drank. And again, no fault to him. That was just who he was.
Yep.
But he always told me drinking and smoking don't make you a man. But he drank and smoked religiously. And then a lot of the characteristics that he had, I was like, I don't want none of that. And my oldest brother is 10 years older than me. And some of the mistakes he made in life, he was drunk.
Yeah, bro.
And so I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Yeah. And now it got, and then once the snowball got going, people were like, yo, why you don't drink? I was like, I can't miss nothing I've never had.
That's true, man.
Yeah. Like,
that's true. You know, people pick on me about not eating pork, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you don't eat pork, you miss it. Bacon. I'm like, I never had bacon, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I've had beef bacon, turkey bacon.
Facts.
People are like, yo, you had no ribs? I'm like, I had beef ribs. Like, everything you have is probably in a beef form, right?
Absolutely.
So people are like, I get it, bro. And I would mess with you occasionally, but I hope I was never.
No.
Once you said you don't drink, I was like, okay, you don't drink.
So when you say that, it's funny. So shout out to Say as well, because when we were going out, somebody would offer me a drink. After I say no once or twice, he would be like, I'll take it.
Yeah. That's a win.
Yo.
Plus, you was always a designated. It's nice to have a designated driver that you knew you was gonna get home. You knew you would get home safe. As long as we made it home together. That's a whole nother story. As long as we made it home together, I know I was gonna get home safe, man. But I want to ask that question. I actually wrote it in. Look, I wrote it like, why don't you drink? Because I want people to understand that.
But again, though, you were one of the first people outside of, like, Say, who I met when I first moved to Arizona, that it wasn't weird for me to not drink. Because most people, dog, I'm telling you, I look at people different when they can't let go of the fact that I don't drink.
Yeah, you don't drink.
They're like,
what's wrong?
Like, what?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Oh, did you drink? Like, was you an alcoholic?
Yeah,
you got a problem? Like, you got, like, is everything okay? And I'm like, yo.
Are you a recovering alcoholic? Are you sober? All right, what happened? You're like, nothing. I just don't want it. I just don't want it. And it is weird for people. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, it is weird. It is weird sometimes when people say they don't drink, because then you gotta. I just think the world that we live in, everyone's bruised, right? Everyone's got their shit and their luggage and their baggage and their bruised and battered, and so you don't know. So you gotta be like, is this something that you have a problem with?
Yeah.
And I guess it's different, man. I think I just respected you as a man the first day I met you. I was like, oh, okay, this is a dude. It's because you stood in your decision so strong. It wasn't like, oh, I'm not drinking today. That's a different come from.
Absolutely.
It was like, I don't drink. Yeah. There was no more conversation for me to have with you.
And I don't drink. So much fun,
bro. We had a blast.
So much fun.
We had a blast. We had a blast. All through our 20s, all through our 30s, bro, which is crazy. Well, I probably met you when I was 30. I met you when I was 30. 31, I think. 30 maybe. 30.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, bro. Wow, man. Wow, bro.
Yeah.
What experience do you think has shaped you the most?
I would say that childhood with an alcoholic, mentally, physically abusive dad.
Got it.
Yeah, like watching my dad put hands on my mom like she was a man, like that really like sculpted my reality for a long time. And it was really difficult to like work through, because then when we left, those crucial development years, I didn't have any male guidance.
Got it.
Because I didn't trust men anymore.
When was? How old were you when?
So
you said
freshman year of high school.
Freshman year of high school. What are you? 13, 14? Was
Yeah.
that right?
Yep.
So you guys left.
I left Miami.
You and your mom left Miami.
Yep. And moved
you left your father.
Yep.
Okay.
And then moved to Phoenix.
Moved to Arizona.
Yep.
Got it. Man, those are very impressionable years, man.
And it was really lonely too, because obviously coming from Miami, culture everywhere. Like
different. And that was what year? I mean, what year would you get out here then? If you were a freshman?
Yeah. What's that? 98?
Yeah, bro. 98. Yeah. That means it was a whole different world.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, it had to be different.
Yeah, and we moved to North Scottsdale.
Got it. So you were culture shock for sure.
Absolutely.
I understand that, bro. Going from Camden to Cherry Hill, it was like being an ink drop in a pool of milk.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying to you, like
wild.
Respectfully, but that's what it was. It was like, it ain't many. Yeah, I get it.
And now, granted, though, there were some benefits. Like the first time we drove through Paradise Valley.
Yeah.
Like the only time I saw houses like that were on Star Island down in Miami. But
Mansions.
Paradise Valley was like, it went on for days. Like
Google
so
Paradise
many
Valley,
people.
Arizona. If you don't live in Arizona, Google Paradise Valley, Arizona. Google Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah.
Right? Some of the places that he's referencing are like high end.
Man, I was like to see these houses, but not to. It wasn't like a small neighborhood of them. They just went for days.
It was every house.
Yo, crazy.
Yeah, it was. So that's a big change, man. So that was a big shift for you having a father who was abusive.
Yeah.
And an abuser of himself.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of makes sense, man.
Yeah.
Ain't it crazy though? Like, it's crazy sometimes you'll see the parallels. You're like, well, they didn't really love themselves.
Facts.
Like they didn't really care about themselves. So it's hard sometimes, bro. Like I get very caught up, Marcus, at times. And Marcus and I have been business partners for 14 years, man, something like that. So we've had very intimate connections and relationships and conversations and talks and the whole gamut, right? And I'm very like, they're not gonna know, but I'm very like, I can be awesome and fun, and I also don't take no shit. And you're like, he's a stern as hell businessman. One thing I've learned, man, is I always I had to learn to stop judging people on my yardstick. It was a hard thing for me to do. If you think about the early days of us being in business, how like a grizzly bear all the time, you were like, yo, this dude's he's nut. He cares, but he's a nut.
Yeah.
It reared its head recently. I went home for my my high school Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah, that was.
And the only reason I'm bringing this up because I'm like charging people on a yardstick. But it was like sometimes people who abuse you are already abusing themselves. And what I mean by that, I went home from my Hall of Fame induction. Right, it was a huge deal to me, and I think you and I share these similar these parallels when it comes to like men showing up for each other, men showing up for us specifically.
Absolutely.
And so I fly across the country. It's 5 hours, man. I get home and I've let people know. I let my family know in January. It's going to be in May or March, whatever. I always get them mixed up. Hey, I'm gonna be home. Like it's going to be this event, blah blah. And so I'm expecting,
some love,
some people to show up. And my family showed up, but it was specifically people that I was like really hoping they would be there. And I reached out to them. I told them, I said, man, I really was hoping that you would show up at that event. I done flew home for your wedding. I flew home for this person's wedding. I done flew home for this. I done been there for that. And you can't come 10 minutes to something that supports me. And bro, I was sitting there, Marcus, watching the door like a child.
Yo.
Watching the door like a child, hoping they would come. Like, look how much I've done with my life, man. Like, what about, like, wouldn't you want to come, like, see me and validate me and, like, good job and you know what I mean? Like, good job, man. Like, I can't believe you did this, bro. Like, and I sent the message and I said, I was really hoping you'd be there. I know it was less than 10 minutes away from your house. You knew in advance. And I said, this is what the thing that was so empowering for me, Marcus. I said, I apologize for judging you on something that I would do. I apologize for judging you on my yardstick. Because that's what I would do.
Absolutely.
Because I've shown up at your wedding. I've shown up at your places. I've shown up for you. I've shown up when you needed this X, Y, and Z or needed money. And it hurt so bad. But then the moment I had to like really get out of it, and I got love for the people I'm referencing, they know who they are. But I really had to like I really want to say this, like, thanks for the lesson. Like, thank you for the lesson because I was judging you on my yardstick. I was judging you on what I would do. And so I as a man, bro, I want to say I recognize, one, we recognize our abusers because they abuse themselves, but they also don't show up for themselves, man.
Yeah.
And with all the love and respect and care, I want to say, like, I appreciate you. I know you're supportive. I know you love me, but you know, sometimes you just want someone to show up for you in certain ways, man. So, yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you for that revelation because you set yourself free from that.
Yeah, bro. Like, in the moment, man, I toyed with it, bro. I toyed with it for a while.
Of course.
I toyed with it for a while, bro.
Because, I mean, you got to think, though, like, as men, you're so used to going at things alone that when you finally do go, like, yo, I really want you to be there.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Yeah.
That you be like,
yeah.
damn.
And it was more about not that, like, I'm super grateful for my female cousins, my mom. Like, you know, they all showed up, man. My little cousin showed up. Like, so many people showed up. But I was really, like, wanting my male, you know, to be there type, you know what I'm saying, type shit. So anyway, man.
Well, but like, so I just told my girl something that like really resonates with me, and it's along those lines. I've never had a male in my life, like a father figure or an uncle or a grandfather or anything, ever say that they were proud of me.
Wow.
Like I've never heard those words from a man in my life. Like, and I didn't recognize how much it hurt until we were at one of our promos, and Bill was talking about his sons. Bill Bainey.
Bill Bainey, yeah.
He was talking about how proud he was of his sons.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there and I was bawling.
I remember that,
like,
bro.
Not like hysterically crying, but I could not stop the tears rolling down my face. Because in that moment I was like, yo, I've never, ever heard that.
Yeah.
And it rocked me. Like,
I remember that, bro.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember sitting in that circle.
Yeah.
I remember that. And he was like kind of off, like kind of behind the couch. He was sitting behind. I remember that so vividly, man, because I remember thinking to myself, man, I would love my dad to tell me he was proud of me. I would love for my dad to tell me I was proud of you. And I was looking, like, as he was saying that, I was thinking like, this. I'm in the room we're all in the same room. And I was looking around thinking to myself, does he know I moved all these people to want to come here and be together and share this moment? Like, it'd be nice if he was like, man, I'm so proud of you.
Just that, yo. And so now what I've wrapped my mind around is I'm looking forward to the day that I get to give that to a son.
Yeah, you know I am as well, man.
Like,
I'm as well, bro.
And because it hurt, dog. Like, it hurt like no other. That shifted the whole promo for me because I didn't even know that was a little cancer that was sitting in me.
Yeah.
Like, that I was holding that resentment and that hurt, and that until he shared those words, it had never hit me like that.
Trigger.
And it also set me free.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, like I was
you
like,
never
okay,
know
great.
who it's going to be or when it's going to happen.
Yeah,
you know, and if you're open to it, then it can happen anywhere. But if you're resistant to it, it's almost like you ever get blood drawn?
Yeah,
and you like all uptight, and you like, oh, well, just go ahead and take the damn blood. It's like a different. Yeah, I don't like needles either. But I feel that, Marcus, and I appreciate your transparency on that. I don't know if I think a lot of people just miss being told they're proud. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Props to my mom, man. Obviously, those things all matter. My mom's a great mom. You know my mom. I mean, but you know, you do want to hear from like a male or your cousins or like, yo, I went to school. I got 17 full-ride scholarships. I became a national champion. I'm in the top 1% in the world. I'm proud of you. You're like, but you know what's so crazy too about it, man? I don't know if they were told that.
Probably not.
I don't know if they were told that, man. Like, so we get to be generational breakers, generational curse breakers when it comes to like, yo, I'm proud of you. And I think like I got some cousins now, bro. They like my cousin is a great father. You know, it's cool to watch him be a great father, and it's cool like to witness it. And I also think that they also get the chance to like grow. You know what I'm saying? Give them grace. Like, man, I know you. The same way you say I'm 42 and I feel like a kid. Yeah. I feel 45. I'm still like a kid. So I feel like sometimes I'm like, they probably still feel like kids too, like to some degree, but wanting to hear, you know, you're proud, man. I think we did a good job of doing that with each other, bro.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I think that, so to your point though, like I look at the men in my life now, like my friends, and they are working their behinds off to be amazing fathers, like present fathers.
Yeah, man.
Like in all of their situations, they're working so hard. And I look at so many of them, like I'd say only one of them like really had his dad present.
Yeah.
Only one.
Isn't that crazy?
But so the opportunity for us to look at each other and be like, yo, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Like I see you.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations. Like it matters.
It matters so much. It matters. So it's funny that even, like doing this podcast, like it's been nice to get, I surely wasn't doing it to get flowers from my guests. I was just doing it so that I bring people on like yourself that are people of influence that I think would be able to give someone else a piece of advice and be able to tune in because maybe they didn't have a dad like you and I around, right? So they could tune in and go, well, I didn't get this from my dad, but I can get it from somewhere else, right? I can get it from this thing and be able to hear, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? So you doing well, keep going. it's one of those things I think that we definitely neglect but don't get enough of, man. Like positive reinforcement from each other. So I appreciate that vulnerability, bro. I appreciate that vulnerability for sure.
When I asked you like what the motivation was for the podcast, and you talk about the divisiveness and the negativity, and we hear conversations all the time, men versus women, and this, and this isn't from a victim mindset. This is a real mindset where I recognize that most men lack acknowledgement in their life.
Man.
Like they just, it doesn't come.
Doesn't happen.
And so you think like you go through life so often and you got to pick yourself up. You got to get through this. You got to work through it. And you're holding yourself up. When you finally find people in your life that can hold that space and just be like, yo, I see you, bro.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
It does, man.
So the fact that you started this podcast where somebody's going to be able to pick up a nugget that they've been looking for, because even on this journey of growth, like once I realized that I wasn't getting it, it allowed me to forgive my father for like, I was carrying hatred for him.
Hatred, bro.
And it was crippling me.
Yeah, it'll eat you.
Yo, I realized why my past relationships didn't work. I didn't trust. And it's not even that I didn't trust them. I didn't trust me.
Yeah, bro, that's a bar, man. That's Marcus is a great, that is huge insight on self.
And it really, it tore me up inside, dog. Like, and I don't even mean just intimate relationships, dog. I mean friendships, coaches, advisors, like all these people that could have been a male influence in my life, pastors, dog. And I was like, yeah, sound good, but if the man that was supposed to be that couldn't be that,
I don't trust nobody.
I'm gonna trust you to be that.
Wow, man.
I idolized my older brother, and once I got to college and whatnot, like he had his struggles in life, but he disappeared like a fart in the wind. So I'm like, yo, you were supposed to be that, and then I put my brother in that position, and he couldn't be that, and I was like, yo, how I'm supposed to? Dog.
The humbling decision to be your own person, bro, is like crazy. But I will say to what you said, as far as like that impacting you, you know, you heard me say this a million times. If you have dirty hands, everything you touch is dirty. If you carrying, I don't believe in anybody, then that's everybody. Like you know, you paint everyone with this broad stroke. Like, nope, I don't trust anybody. But I want to say I commend you for doing the work, man. You know, I've been with. On your journey. I've been a part of your journey since the day you walked into local patrol. You know, so to see all the transitions and the work and the, you know, going to the seminars and all the things, bro, that you've done, at least to try. And then sometimes it takes, you know, what they say is like 8 to 10 impressions before something like solidifies in your mind. I seen you do the work, bro. You know, so.
But so to that point though, I'm grateful for like the friendships that I do have, like men like you that are in my life. Have stood the test of time, because also if you my guy, you my guy. Like we stuff's gonna hit the fan. Like that's just inevitable in any relationship, right? Like in any, you gotta think like my closest cousins, we fought, right? Like your best friends, like it's gonna get to that space. But when you find people that can weather the storm as opposed to be blown away by the storm, I'm like, oh, okay, it's not necessarily trusting them. Like I didn't have to trust you. Right. I had to trust myself to be me with you.
That's real, man.
And so it helped me through that chameleon phase where I was like, at the end of the day, I know my man Khalil know me, right? Like, I knew like no matter, we could go out, and I'm like, yo, whatever pop off, it's gonna be me and KB. Like I'm gonna look up, he gonna be right there. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like even if it's a couple shots deep, yo.
Oh, for sure, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
bro. 6'3" and 6'5", walking around, ready to ready. It was always a good time, man. Yeah. But I will say, like, forgiving yourself and moving forward is a big one, man. Yeah. I think a lot of us don't forgive ourselves either, you know. And not just forgiveness for self, but then forgiving the people. You know, like, I forgive the people who didn't show up for me. I love you. You know what I'm saying to you? I forgive my father, man. Like, I just know I was stuck in that, like, I was stuck in a straitjacket because I couldn't love anybody. And I couldn't love them. I didn't trust men for mad long either. And I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Like, I wouldn't trust you because, nah, all y'all probably like that. And I can understand when women say, oh, all blanks is the same. You're like, I get why, but you can't, you know what I mean? Everybody seeing you like, nah, that's not good. That's like prejudice, bro.
Absolutely.
That's prejudice is exactly what it is. That's prejudging somebody on who they are. So, yeah, bro. We deep, man. We deep, bro. What do you think is missing from the world today that you had growing up?
Dog, the only thing that I like, again, this season has really enlightened me is my mother's love. I have yet to meet a person that did not love her.
Yeah.
Like, even like no matter what capacity, because she just loved, and in her own way, and I think that the world needs more of that. This fear-based mentality that is really taking us over.
Yeah,
we're inundated with so much information and perspectives and thought processes, and I'm like, yo, who hurt you?
So much fear, man. Yeah. Everyone's walking around.
Yeah,
like, nope, and you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's 45. I don't know. I said this the other day. Like, I don't know if it's 45, but there's so much things I just don't give a shit about anymore.
Yeah.
And not that I don't give a shit about it. My realization is, what am I going to do about it? Like, what control do I have over it? Like, they talking about, oh, this thing or that thing or World War III. You're like, what am I going to do?
I mean, I've been picking up boxes of ammo.
Hey, so it's smart. But realistically, they would have dropped something on.
Yeah. That's
congratulations for your ammo.
Yeah.
It's gonna have you lit up quicker. All that's gonna ignite. Good job on getting yourself out of here quicker. It's certain things you just don't. I'm not gonna do anything about that.
Wholeheartedly.
You said something, and I'll ask this question just on the back of it. I know this answer, but they don't. If you walked into a room and everyone you knew was in that room you're about to walk into, who would you look for first and why?
Mom.
Your mom.
Yeah. Because she showed a love that it'll never be duplicated. Like a mother's love is irreplaceable. Yeah.
I know I know your mom passed recently, about a year ago.
Almost a year ago.
And I love your mom, right? I know a lot of people have lost parents, right? And I think I would say you're probably, I don't know if you ever get through that, bro. I think it's probably super fresh for you.
Yeah.
But I do want to say, the fact that watching you recover and love is beautiful, bro. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man.
My effort now is to try to carry what she was on, because I didn't even understand the capacity as to which she could love. Right?
Yeah.
Like, even in her being able to forgive my pops.
Yeah.
Of 17-year abusive relationship. Like, she was like, what am I be angry for? She was like, I pray blessings on him. I was, what you mean you pray blessings on him?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgiving, man. Yeah, I think forgiving has a lot to do with ourselves too, but I don't think we realize it.
No.
I don't know when it clicks.
A long time.
Yeah. What do you think it clicks? Like, what? Like, I remember like thinking like, oh, that's a me thing. Like, me not forgiving somebody has nothing to do. They living their life.
Yeah.
They are living their life to the fullest, and I'm out here grudged up like.
So you remember when before the Bahamas cruise, when I told you I was gonna see him for the first, like, I hadn't seen him in years.
Hadn't seen your dad.
And like we got a chance to really talk about it.
Yeah.
And we were like, yo, so like what that looked like, and I'm grateful that you were willing to hold that space with me, because
I remember having that conversation.
Yeah, because I was like, I have no idea, but something that Grandma used to say when I was younger that really like hit, and she was like, your anger and hatred is like holding a hot coal, expecting the other person to get burnt. And that, now I was like, what you talking about?
Bro, say that one more time. You gotta run that back. Say that again.
Holding a hot coal. Like, your anger and hatred is like holding a hot coal.
Right.
Expecting the other person to get burnt.
Shit, bro.
And like my whole childhood, like hearing it, I'm like, that makes no sense, yo. Until it made sense.
Yeah. Until you realize it's festering in you.
Yo. And I was sitting there holding this anger and hatred towards my pops. Like, and I'm holding this hot coal, wondering why he cool.
He had a good time.
Yo, he would talk about my childhood, like, oh, remember the first time we went to the park? And I was like,
yeah.
All right.
You're like, I remember having a conversation right before you saw him.
Yeah.
Because it was before we boarded, obviously.
Yep.
Before we boarded.
We down there
and I was like,
early.
if we need to beat his ass,
yo.
I remember being like, if you want me to come and we want to jump this motherfucker. Like,
I was ready.
but yeah, man, I appreciate you being trusting me enough to be like, we'll jump him.
But again, that anger and that.
But I had my own. That's why I was willing to hop in with you.
Yep.
That's why I was willing to be like, let's do it. Because I wanted to do that. To this day, sometimes I still want to be like, yo, I should find him. Man.
Yo. There was times where he would say something, like he'd leave a voicemail on my phone, drunk, talking reckless. And I'm like, bro, I can get on the flight right now and I'll beat your old behind. Like, I was ready.
Yeah.
But then when we went down there and I sat with him that trip in Miami, and I just saw a human being, and I realized, you know how you were talking about measuring my own stick? I wasn't even comparing him to my measuring stick. I was comparing him to fictitious characters. Uncle
Boogeyman.
Phil.
He's got it that way. In that
Carl
direction.
Winslow.
Yeah.
What's old boy from Full House? Like these TV dads.
Yeah, TV dads.
I was like, yo, you supposed to be this, and you the polar opposite. So now,
polar opposite.
And then when I realized that my grandfather was the same way he was.
Cycles, man.
I was like,
Cycles.
oh, but I never even saw the humanity in you because I hated you that much.
I get it, man. I get it. I remember I saw my dad. And there's a space in the city where I grew up in where he frequents, right? He's usually outside there. So I told my mom, like, hey, Mom, turn down that street. And, I'm full of piss and vinegar and venom, right?
Yeah.
Like, just full of piss and vinegar and venom.
How old were you?
Bro, this is since I've been doing, since I was in Herbalife. Like, it's like,
wow.
Yeah, this is like, I don't know. I say I was 35. I said 35, okay? And keep in mind, the last time I saw him, I was probably 13.
Wow.
Okay, so between 13 and 35. So I hop out and I walk up to him. I call him by his name, not like, I call him by his first name. Like, he's like, what's up? Like, and then he like, he's kind of like, oh man, this is my son. He live in Arizona. He a doctor. Like, bro, you don't know shit, right? And I'm looking at him and I don't know this, but my mom tells my ex, like, hey, watch him because I have no clue which Khalil is outside right now. I don't know which Khalil is outside the car right now. Yeah. He could be either one of these people. So I'm talking to him, man, and I'm talking to him, and he says to me, Marcus, at 35 years old, he says, do you remember the remote? He said, do you still have the remote control car I bought you? And I looked at him, and this is like probably one of the best things that ever happened, man. It is one of the best things that ever happened. I looked at him and I said, oh, I'm talking to a boy. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm talking to a child. Like, oh, I'm talking to a child. Like, and in that moment, the craziest shift happened is I no longer wanted to do not great things to him. Yeah. I felt sorry for him. Mm. I felt bad. I felt like, oh, no one did anything good for you. Or you're so lost, like, oh, I think I probably passed you when I was probably like 15 as a man. Yeah. I was probably 15 years old when I passed you as a man. I felt like, oh, this is a child. That's crazy. And the shift of wanting to hurt someone to going, oh, I wish I could hold them. Yeah. Bro, this is a big one for me, Marcus. From shifting to wanting to hurt him to wanting to actually physically hold him like, hey man, it's okay.
Like comfort him. Like a kid.
Like a kid. Yeah. Like it almost made me want to cry. And I was like, oh, he needs to be loved. Yeah. Love for him meant pain. And so he pushed love away. And I was like, oh, he needs to be loved. Like, what happened to him? You know what I'm saying to you? Like, what happened to him where he wouldn't want to love his amazing son? Oh, love for him is not good. Love for him equals pain. But I want to hug him, man, from that moment. I was going from hurt to hug. I want to hug him in that moment.
How powerful is that to have that moment and you be wanting to give the love that you were looking for the whole time? Like, bruh, that's...
I don't know if you could... You get so callous with life or things that you forget that, they just people. Yeah. Like, they're just people. Now, granted, everyone deserves an ass whooping once in a while. Yeah. I'm a big advocate of people getting ass whooped. Yeah. But I'm also going, oh, you're a child.
Yeah, you needed a spanking.
Yeah, like, like...
He needed a spanking.
Yeah, like, or something. Yeah. But I really think he needed to just be held. But like, oh, you need to be held. Like, so you need to just want to say, it's okay. And based on his own abuse of himself and, narcotics and drugs or alcohol, you're like, oh, I get why you probably went through those things. Mm-hmm. Many of our black men in the 70s were, downtrodden and kicked out the house. And, bro, you're like, oh, I get probably why. Now, it doesn't mean you get to just grandstand on that as, oh, the man, the government. Okay, but that's okay. There's too many of that going on anyway.
Right.
Everybody has it's them. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's them. Oh, it's them. You're like, if it's always them, then when are you going to fix the shit you got to fix? Yeah. I have a conversation right now going back and forth with one of friends of mine on Instagram. And he's talking to me about certain things in the political climate. And I'm like, well, how long are you going to keep blaming that thing on this? Like, what you going to do about it? Yeah. Anyway.
Nah, that's real though.
Yeah.
Because again, this season has been really powerful. So in alignment with that, I realized I'm the common denominator.
Yeah, bro. In everything.
Everything.
In everything. You the common denominator.
Common
In
right
everything.
here.
This is the thing about full responsibility. You remember my tattoo? It says responsible on my hand. Full responsibility is that everything that's happened to you has happened for you. And you are in the middle of everything. Everything.
It's all me. Doug.
It's wild to think, bro. Full responsibility is probably one of the most mature things you can ever do. It does.
It sucks, yo. I hate it. I hate it. When I look in the mirror and I'm like...
It's so empowering though, bro.
I'm like, yo, I really messed this up? Oh, okay. But like I said, though, you can only fix you. So you start working on you and you're like, all right, bet. I'm going to just get a little bit better.
Yeah.
That awareness now.
Yeah, awareness.
Because there was a long time where I was oblivious, bro.
Yeah.
I was scorching earth and literally unaware because I was blissfully ignorant.
Yeah.
That I was the one walking around with a blowtorch.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, why I can't grow nothing in this garden?
You're like, you done tore that up, bro. That's
scorched earth, sprinkling salt.
There's no nutrients left in that thing, bro.
Nothing.
You done tore that thing to shreds, man.
And I'm sitting here blaming the seed, blaming the farmer who brought the seed.
Right,
I was like, yo, God, why ain't raining enough?
Right.
He's like,
I can't do nothing with that, bro. That's sand. That's sand you trying to plan on, bro. There ain't no nutrients in that. So, that's real, man. That's real. Can you share a defining failure that you think you've learned from?
Man, a defining failure. I would say one of the things that like really like hits home for me as a failure was my basketball career.
Okay.
Like, again, being the common denominator, I looked at all the opportunities that I had that I just never really threw myself into.
Right.
I don't believe, like we had this conversation, we talked about like the league.
Yeah.
I was never built for the league.
Yeah, I was never going to the NFL.
They different. Could I have possibly found like the long way in and been like a 8-year pro vet overseas and then got like a partial role in the G League or something? Maybe. But that big, like, to not be willing to bet on myself and like be fully transparent, like really work on my craft and bring myself to the game was probably one of the biggest shortcomings. That's one of my biggest regrets.
Yeah.
Like of all time.
Got it. How do you think you work through it now? Like, what do you think you've learned from it?
It took me a while because even in our growth in Herbalife and things like that, and it's something that you asked earlier and I wanted to come back to, so I'm grateful that we're on this route. And it was like being the chameleon, but imitation is the highest form of flattery, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, instead of being a chameleon, take things that people are doing well and add them to your belt, right? Like add them to your skill set. And then again, I bring it back to basketball, and I was like, one of my strengths was passing, game IQ, and I shot the hell out of the mid-range.
Got it, okay.
Right, but it was like, you could practice your threes a little more.
Yeah.
Right, you could practice your footwork more. Like you could add these things. You don't have to lose what you do really well.
You could add this to your repertoire.
You could add to your repertoire.
Yeah.
And so when I look at basketball now, I look at life now. It's like find things that people do really well and pick up a little bit of it and just add it to your game.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, man. Cherry pick those skills. I said that. Shout out to like all my cousins influenced me so much. One of them, my cousin Brian, influenced me one of the most. And he was fly. You know what I'm saying? He was fly. He was funny. He was good looking. You know, he got green eyes, bro. Yeah. Like he got like cat eyes, bro. Like I would emulate him. So I remember picking up like little things from him. Oh, he fly, he funny, cool. I'm gonna take that. And then my aunt dated this guy named Ellis, and I remember like taking like, oh, he's caring, right? Like, and then my other cousin, he was like, you know, just always like fast and tough and like, you know, inquisitive about stuff and borrowing little pieces from men because I didn't have a lot of men around. Just made me shape myself into the man I wanted. I just took all the cherries from each person. Was like, oh, I'm just gonna make my own sundae with this shit. You know what I'm saying to you type shit. So your
cornbread recipe.
Yeah, cornbread recipe. See, people don't know, bro. I told somebody recently, I said, I got the best cornbread. They're like, no way, it's the best cornbread. I said, trust me, it's the best cornbread. Anyway. How do you stay motivated and inspired?
Right now, it's living life to the fullest. Okay. Right? Like after losing mom, I had never been broken to that. Like I never would have imagined that God needed to break me to that point. But now my motivation is, how can I live life to the fullest? Like, where can I be fully present? Like even this opportunity to be here with you, I was like, absolutely. Like however we got to make it happen, we got to make it happen.
Well, I appreciate you hopping on,
right?
Because you're doing someone a big service, including myself, obviously today. Yeah, bro. Staying motivated, live life to its fullest.
To the fullest.
Yeah.
So when opportunities present themselves, I'm going for them.
I like that, man.
I
like
can't
that.
lose.
It's funny because like I have questions right now, but because of the conversations, like I'm just kind of like, not that one, because we kind of already covered it. It would almost be like backtracking at this point. Some of these ones, you know. Have you ever had to reinvent yourself?
Oh, absolutely. Time and time again.
Yeah.
But this recent reinvention is building the man that my mom raised me to be, but I know that God created me to be.
Got it.
Not who I learned to be.
Man, unlearning.
Yo. And it's hard because like you remember we were like, yo, your dark side? Like,
yeah, the dark side is there, bro.
What I've realized, my dark side's not my enemy.
Yeah. Yep. You going?
That's my guy. Yo,
Yeah.
like that's my partner. I still need to hear him, but I also now go, it's tempered as opposed to going full send, 0 to 100.
Right.
I'm like, yo, what do you see that I'm not seeing in the version of Marcus? I'm like, hey, this is my presentable version, while he's in my ear like, hey, you know, we need to flip tables, right? Like,
right.
I'm like, why? Now I'm asking questions like, why do I need to flip tables? What was I not
that's
seeing?
Big perspective, man. That's a mature perspective.
Yo.
Because I'm talking about like, you talking about that flip tape. The dark side is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know, I operate.
Absolutely.
Those don't know, but I will harness my dark side to be like, okay, I need to do this thing.
Yeah.
But it can get, you know, the fire that will warm your house will also burn it to a crisp,
Very
right?
much so.
So it's cool that you can recognize, oh, my dark side is not my enemy. They're just whispering to me in certain ways. Do I need to take all that? Or is it like, thanks for the heads up.
Right.
Thanks for the intuition, the awareness.
Thanks for making me aware.
But I don't need to.
Yeah.
We don't need to punch anybody.
Right.
Yeah. Not
but
today.
then there's also times where, because when mom passed, like I'm telling you, bruh, friends and family that I was for sure were going to be present, weren't. My dark side was like, let them know.
Yeah.
Like, let them know.
Yeah.
We had an and again, we're being super transparent.
Yeah.
There was a situation with my stepfather, who was married to my mom for the last 16 years.
Yep.
And she had been in the hospital 4 days, and her cancer. So she had cutaneous T-cell lymphoma, a very rare form of skin cancer. Okay. And we had just had her birthday party.
Yep.
She got a mild infection, but her cancer flared up the same time the infection flared up. So the hospital couldn't treat both.
Got it.
And they were like, we're trying to figure out how to treat the infection before it gets...
They couldn't treat both because it'd be too much for her?
Right.
Okay, got it.
And so her cancer, which of the skin, broke out in sores. So the infection got into her blood, and that's how it ended up getting into organs and things like that. That's how the hospital explained it.
Got it.
So nonetheless, she ended up having a heart attack. They thought she was going to they thought she was like pulling through.
Got it.
And her body was just weak because it was fighting everything. She ended up having a heart attack. They resuscitated her. This was the first time that I was forced to like control my dark side, because the doctor's now talking to us and they're like, what do you want us to do?
Right.
Like if she has another heart attack, resuscitating her will do more damage than good.
Resuscitating her like okay.
And my grandma and Aunt Andrea, my mom's sister, they were at a family reunion, which mom was supposed to be at.
Yep.
They were flying back because she was in the hospital. So they were rushing to get back, and they were supposed to be back the next day after her heart attack. And my stepfather turns to the doctor, and the doctor's just giving us the overview. They're like, this isn't good, but if she has another heart attack, do you want us to resuscitate her, even though it's going to do more damage than good? And I was like, well, what are our options?
Yeah.
Because my grandma, like, they're rushing to get back here.
Her mom is on the way.
Yeah.
Right.
And the doctor's like, well, it's basically comfort care.
Yep.
She'll be on a couple of medications so she's not in pain.
Right.
She'll be able to communicate with you, but probably not talk. And I was like, okay, let's do that. And my stepfather was like, no, I don't. He's like, no, I don't want that. I don't want my wife just sitting here like a potato waiting for just anybody to get here. And in that moment, as those words came out of his mouth, bruh, I lost all composure.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful because of this awareness. I was able to catch my dark side because I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Infuriated, because now I've also put him now in my dad's shoes.
Yep.
where I got to protect
Again,
my mom
again,
and I'm ready
again.
to swing.
Yeah, you're right. And physically, knock him out. For real, yeah.
And he would be in that hospital
yeah, for sure, man. With all that rage and all that stuff you've gone through, it would have been wouldn't have been good at all.
In that moment, I'm grateful. My family friend, she was also in the room, and she was sitting across the table, and she was just like, and I was like, yo, have you lost your
yeah,
bruh, my grandma's not just somebody. Like you don't get to
what
like
sense. That makes
like
sense.
she's flying back to see her oldest daughter before she loses her. She's literally out. She had 11 siblings. She's outlived all of her siblings.
Got it.
And now she's about to lose her oldest daughter.
Wow.
And you have the audacity to be like, I don't want my wife just waiting for somebody. And I know.
Yeah, I was to say. How he was saying it. Yeah,
you don't mean
because when you said it that way, I was like, he's more concerned about his wife than anyone else.
Right. And
you heard it as, yo, that's some disrespectful shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I heard when you said it, I was like, I heard it both ways.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, I want my wife to suffer no more. Like, damn all that. And you like, bro, it's her mom. Like, bro, isn't it crazy how perspective changes everything too? Like, you watching it, you like, that's not what I saw.
Absolutely.
Like they do like police lineups or they'll do like eyewitness accounts, and they'll say two different things, and then two people will say the same thing, and you're like, that's not what happened. It's beautiful awareness that you had the opportunity and the friend to be like,
she just put her hands up,
like, yo,
and I was like,
be easy.
And I'm grateful that I still allow my. Did I want to cuss at him? No.
Yeah,
but in that moment,
but you did, but the dark side did.
Yeah. But in that moment, I also realized I'm not actually mad at you.
Nah, man, that makes sense.
I'm hurt that I'm about to say goodbye to my mother.
Right.
So it was like, that was a moment in time where I was grateful I caught myself. I allowed myself to hear my dark side without letting him care, because the anger that I would have inflicted on him would have also been all the years that I didn't do it to my father.
Yeah, man. It would have been ugly, bro.
All the disappointment. Yeah.
It would have been so ugly.
Unnecessary rage.
Especially at that time.
And displaced.
Yeah. Good job, man.
Yeah. So.
Good job, bro. Man. Good job.
And that's when I was like, okay, God, I'm healing. I'm never going to be healed.
Right.
But I'm healing. I'm in process, and just so.
I appreciate that transparency, bro. Man. I appreciate that for sure, bro. Like that's, man.
Hard.
What would you say? How would you define love? I'm gonna give you some that are like maybe shorter answers. Like, how would you define love?
Love is the choice.
Okay.
To choose somebody through good and bad, because you know that their value in your life is worth it.
Okay. And what would you say self-love is?
Choosing yourself through the good and bad.
I love that, bro.
Knowing that you're worth it.
I love that, man. I love that.
And I mean, obviously, we've talked about before, I've struggled with the idea of, I didn't think I was worthy of love.
Man, I remember that.
So
I remember that conversation, man.
And you remember when I told you I had never been in love, and you were like, you're like, I'm not sure if you say that like it's a badge of honor. And I was like,
yeah, man, bro.
I remember you said that? And I was like, nah, for me, it's not a badge of honor. It's not something I'm proud of, because in the back of my mind, dog, since I was a kid, that's all I've ever wanted.
Yeah.
And my mother and my grandmother were the only people who did, but there were other people in my life that I was like, am I not, I get good grades, I'm not good enough. I do well in the game, I'm not good enough. Like, what's up?
Worthiness.
Yo.
When you said that, man, I remember you saying it to me. It was the way you said it, and I was like, looking at you like, you think that's good? Bro, like, you think that's a good thing? And it really, when you said it to me, I questioned if I was your friend. Or if you were capable of having friends. No bullshit. I was like, that's why I was like, I was asking not for all the other people and ex-girlfriends and shit. I was asking because I was like, bro, if you've never been in love, then you can't be my friend. Yeah. Because I love you. Like, then I don't know if you have the capacity to be my friend. That's what it felt like. That's why it wasn't about anybody else. I would love to tell you I had this, wisdom that was like, I was like, oh, well, we're not friends. Yeah. That's why I was like, do you think that's cool? Like, you think that's... And it was like a moment. I remember being like, oh, no. That's like a sadness that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never been in love.
And you were the first person in my life that I'd ever shared that with.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
So that was me, like, knowing that it was love, because I felt safe enough to tell you that.
Bro. Got it, man. Got it.
But again, like, perspective, you'd be like, you see the same event completely different.
Right.
Like,
you coming to me like, oh, hey, man, I love you. Like, and I'm looking at you like, what? Like, What you mean you never loved nobody? I'm up here loving your ass. Like, what you mean? Like, yeah, bro.
But it was also my understanding of love, and it had to develop where I was like, it's the choice.
Yeah.
Like, you choose to love people.
You definitely do, man.
And so then I chopped it up with grandma, and I was like, you was with grandpa for 72 years.
72 years.
72 years, yo. And
what was her advice? Did she give you any advice?
So I was like, talk to me about love. She goes, love is a choice. And I was like, okay. Yeah. She goes, you think I loved your grandpa 72 of them years?
Bro, 72 years? Is wild, yo.
And I was like, what you mean? She was like, I couldn't stand his ass.
Really?
Yo, she was like, there was years. But then I was
she
like,
couldn't stand his ass for how long? Like, what's
she
years?
She said years. Like there was
years?
I'm guessing
what's
like
years?
maybe a 2 through like year window.
That's wild.
But you gotta think,
that's
72 years. But she was like, even though I couldn't stand him, we chose to do loving things for each other, to show up for each other. And I was like, oh, that's what you mean by love.
But that's why those couples were making it that long, bro. They chose each other every day, man. 72 years, shout out to Turkey, bro. 72 years. I got the chance to meet your grandpa too, man. Y'all been around. We've been around for a minute. 72 years, and she couldn't stand them for some of those years. Talk about choice, bro.
And so that's when I realized, because when you told me to go to MITT. Yeah. And I had a revelation sitting in that room. Yep. There's 300 people in the room. I'm sitting in the front row and I break down crying because I didn't realize that I was still harboring resentment towards my mom. Yeah. The only person that held me down through everything. Right. Everything. And I was like, oh my God, because I thought she didn't love me when she loved me to the truest capacity. Yeah, man. I was like, you weren't lovey-dovey and nurturing and this. She was like, baby, I couldn't teach you to be a man, but I had to teach you how to stand on your own.
Word born, bro. Word born.
Right? I remember when you told me a story about your mom and you was like, baby, you're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, my mom told me that, bro. Yeah. My mom was like, you ain't got no cousins here. I got to work 2 jobs. You're an only child. I'm not going to be coming home every time you get into a scuffle. She was like, figure it out. And I been like, what you mean? Like, you're the only one I got. I'm going to need you to come up here to school when somebody mess with me. She was like, figure it out. Yeah. I was like, oh my God. Nah, man, it's deep, bro.
So then in that moment, I remember calling her and we were on FaceTime and I was like, I'm so sorry. And she was like, baby, for what? I was like, I didn't realize that I carried a small seed of resentment towards you because I thought you were supposed to be loving and nurturing in another capacity when I neglected the fact that you were operating from scarcity. Like you were in an abusive relationship. Your battery's being depleted every day. You got to protect your baby. You got to go to work, go to night school to get your second master's degree just so you can prepare to move across the country and provide. And I was thinking like, damn, how come I don't ever get to just like lay on the couch with my mom? Because I remember one of my homegirls was like, yeah, I lay on the couch with my mom, like rubs her fingers through my hair. And I was like, I don't ever remember doing that.
Yeah. Man.
And so we cried on FaceTime together, but she was like, I'm grateful that you now see it. And I'm like, I'm grateful as well.
She was doing her best.
Yeah. Like
she was doing her best. She was doing that. She was running octopus, touching it. She was trying to do everything.
Crazy.
That makes sense, man. It makes sense. Mom was just doing her best.
Again, that awareness. So it was just like, and again, these are the things that started to help me realize when love is a choice. Like choosing to show up for people for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's that's yours. I love you, so I'm making the choice to be here.
Yeah.
Even if it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, if it's 6 hours, it doesn't, like, I'm choosing to be here. Yeah. And no slight to them, because ain't none of us perfect.
None of us perfect.
Right? But we all have an opportunity because when someone holds up the mirror and they go, yo, this was a moment for you to show the love back.
And all I wanted was, you know what I mean, just to say it. I have, you know what's so funny is I had to, like, in the moment, just to get back to that, like, in the moment, I had the guy who read me in, his name is Jaren, my long time friend, my guy, bro. And he came in from Panama to read me in, and he did Jaren, you did an exceptional job of reminding me who I was then and telling the story so vividly like we had just had it.
Wow.
My other boy flew in from North Carolina. I had another guy coming from New York, like upstate New York. And it was like, we had so many people there, bro. It was like we had 2 tables, but we needed 3. That's how many people. When I walked in, it was like, oh, you're Khalil? And I was like, wow. They're like, you have a group of people here. And I was like, really? Like, so I really had to temper that, bro, because I was so fixated on 1 or 2 people maybe not being there. That I had to be like, yo, stop. Like, what about, like, if you got a herd of sheep and one goes off, I'm not chasing the one. I got 99 to think about. And I had to, like, in that moment, be like, stop. be back into it. So we all working through our things, man. I got a couple more questions for you, and then I'll get you out of here, man. We could talk all day, bro.
Yeah.
I would ask you, this is a quick answer. What are the 2 books that you think that someone could listen to or read or, you know, go to the library and pull out that you think could shift their life? What's your 2 books that would shift someone's life?
The first one was a part of the series, but I always say The Noticer Returns by Andy Andrews.
Okay, The Noticer Returns by Andy Andrews. Okay.
It's a book all about perspective, which we've touched on several times. And then a book that we've talked about, man, Outwitting the Devil.
Outwitting the Devil. That's my number 1.
Yeah, it's not an easy read for a lot of first timers, or an easy listen to if you do Audible.
Yeah.
But gold.
Like,
will change your life.
That's my favorite book ever.
Yeah.
You know
yeah,
that.
Absolutely.
I mean, every stage I've ever been on, I'm like, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Make sure you get the audio because there's 2 people talking. You can hear the voice of the devil. It's like, wow, you know, quote unquote. But I love those 2 books,
and
man.
the relevance of it.
Yeah. So even to this day,
God
right now,
yeah,
it is relevant.
Relevance.
Even more relevant today.
It's wild.
Yeah, bro.
Like you'll be like, ain't no way.
Yo, it's incredible.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more question and then we'll wrap this up, man. How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be a man who loved people better than he found them.
Man.
Because my mom did that, and I'm gonna keep that legacy running.
We've been around each other for a long time, bro.
Yeah,
you know, that's like my mission.
Incredible.
To leave people better than they found them.
Yeah.
We're on the same page, man. I appreciate you being on. Before we get out of here, bro, I want to say thanks, man. Thanks for being my friend for all these years
absolutely.
And being a business partner and challenging me at times, making me want to beat you up at times and shit.
Yeah.
But really realistically, man, loving me. Many Sundays, I needed you to come help me and come get me out of the space that I was in. And I do appreciate that, bro. But thanks for being on today. Before we leave, we always do this. We always say, you get to nominate 3 people to be on the next podcast. All right, you get to nominate 3 people. And who are those 3 people? Preferably at least 2 of them are on your phone, but you could have a fantasy person too. Like, oh man, Michael Jordan, right? But you could also have all 3 people be in your phone. But 3 people you would nominate to be on a podcast.
Ooh, that's a really good one. So I would say our boy Romalis Reed.
Okay, Romalis. Shout out to Romalis, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, bro, we've been nominated, baby.
Laura Holloway.
Laura, you've been nominated.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. The bird. That's the bird.
And a fantasy person though?
Or it can be a real person, but fantasy one's good too.
Yeah, I would say Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady. T-Mac.
T-Mac.
T-Mac. I like T-Mac, man.
Yeah.
And then what question would you ask for them? One question for all 3. What would that question be?
What was the shift to greatness from struggle? Like what really helped you shift from greatness to struggle?
Switch to greatness from struggle.
Yeah.
What was the shift?
What helped you shift from struggle to greatness?
Okay, there we go. And that had me thrown off.
Yeah,
dyslexic, bro.
Me too,
yo. I already got too many things going on. You asking that question as an entendre. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? All right, so shout out to Romalis, shout out to Laura and T-Mac. What shifted you from struggle to greatness? But man, this has been awesome, man. I want to make sure I say some things. Is there anything you want to say, promote before we get out of here?
Man, I just wanted to shout you out, bro. Like I think it's again to see the evolution of you as a man and the different chapters that life has presented, and to always see you like really dive in.
Right.
Like it's not easy to continue being the first.
It is not, bro.
Yeah, but it's so worth it.
I appreciate it. Reinventing, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
I'm really
Thank
proud
you.
of
It means a lot, man. Before we get out of here, I want to say the intro, as we always say, the intro is by Eccentrax, my boy from college, Carmen Collins. And the outro is by my boy, Kevin Clanton. I've known since the 7th grade for the beats. But I just want to say thanks again. We are more alike than we are different. There's a lot of divisive things going on, black versus white, red versus blue, like male versus female. We are so much more similar than we are different. Give someone some love today. Your love means the world. Give someone a smile today. It costs you nothing. Give someone a compliment today. It costs you nothing. If we can just show some love to people around the world, we can empower people to be better and find their true selves. But keep on showing up. Keep on being powerful. Thanks for checking in. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Bye.
My God, bro. Yeah, thanks for being on, bro. Yeah, thanks for being vulnerable. You can see the growth. You can see the vulnerability, man. Like it's like it's big how different almost it shows up.
What's going on, y'all? This is Marcus James. Just had an opportunity to do The Real with Khalil. An incredible experience, but a powerful and transformative conversation with my guy. It's great to see people evolving, growing, but creating a space of transparency, love, community support. So when you get a chance, tap in and watch the link. Let's get better together.